Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai Ba'asham Harachakodash. Double honor speaking to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this 100% truth. Much peace and blessings be unto you, hopeful, elect out the Pashnat, this word of thought, truth, and sincerity. To all you Akim, I do say Shalom. I'm the Akira. I'm coming in with a quick kick going into how the victory is of the Lord, right? The decision on who gets the victory and defeat, whether it be a battle or in the war in general, it all stands back to Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, for He is in control of all things. So I'm reading the book of Judges, the 7th chapter, verse 1, and it reads, Then Jerubbaal, who was Gideon, and all the people that were with him, rose up early and pitched beside the well of Harod, so that the Midianites were on the north side of them by the hill of Moreh in the valley. And the Lord said unto Gideon, The people that are with thee are too many for me to give the Midianites into their hands, lest Israel vaunt themselves against me, saying, Mine own hand hath saved me. Now therefore go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, Whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from the Mount Gilead. And there returned of the people 22,000, and there remained 10,000 more. And the Lord said unto Gideon, The people are yet too many. Bring them down into the water, and I will try them for thee there. And it shall be that of whom I say unto thee, This shall go with thee, the same shall go with thee. And of whomsoever I say unto thee, This shall not go with thee, the same shall not go. So he brought the people unto the Lord, and the Lord said unto Gideon, Every one that lappeth of the water with his tongue as a dog lappeth, him shalt thou set by himself. Likewise, every one that boweth down upon his knees to drink. And the number of them that lapped, putting their hand to their mouth, were 300 men. But all the rest of the people bowed down upon their knees to drink water. And the Lord said unto Gideon, By the 300 men that lappeth will I save you, and deliver the Midianites into thine hand, and let all the other people go every man unto his place. Right? So going back to verse 2, the Lord made the mention how, the people were too many, and lest Israel would say that we did it ourselves, that we won the victory because we're a multitude of men. Well, that's where the Lord made that division, right? To make it known that it's not Jake's, carnal strength that delivered them. More so it's the Lord, right? Because again, He's in control of all things, right? He can manipulate the minds of the people to fear go off. Say you're running to battle with the sword. He could put in the mind of the heathen to try and jab left with the sword, but that's basically setting him up for failure, because Jay may have the upper hand and the advantage to be able to slice and dice that heathen, that enemy, as an example. Right, so the book of Proverbs, the 21st chapter, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and regardless of it being a king, it's a general thing that the Lord's in control of all people, all spirits, man. Go back to the Ezekiel, the 18th chapter. I'm going to pull it out. It reads in verse 3, As I live, saith the Lord power, the Lord Yahweh, ye shall not have occasion anymore to use this proper Salakia. Was it the right one? Behold, all souls are mine. As the soul of the Father, so also the soul of the Son is mine. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. I'm going to read that again. Behold, all souls or spirits are mine. Referring to the Most High, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. As the soul of the Father, right, so also the soul of the Son is mine, meaning it's His. The soul that sinneth, it shall die, right? And when you go off, to a point of no return, sentence may not be executed speedily, but the Lord does give that command for you to be slaughtered, even marked. The Lord sent that go ahead, and eventually, because things are in control of Him. eventually he'll get smoked. But I just want to make that mention how all spirits go by, are the Lord. So Proverbs the 21st chapter, verse 1, the king's heart, and that word heart goes back to the Hebrew word. The Hebrew word lab. Lab meaning inner man, mind, right? The brain, all right? The mind. That is where the spirit resides. You are the brain and control this, this organic, suit, if you will. This body's nothing more but a suit, a habitation, right? The Apostle Peter was going into how, back when he wasn't saying, how he was ready to go back to that, to that spiritual tabernacle meaning a habitation, a home for what's it called? The spirit, that being a body, a carnal body and a spiritual body. And the flesh we're in right now, that's a temporary home. That's some Section 8 housing right there. And we're waiting for, the greatest prophecy ever, which is the deliverance from that Yahweh ship. Or, like the apostles were going into it, could be mini chariots, that beam us up. We don't know yet, but I can be having dreams. I had a dream, the Yahweh ship, not the mothership, the Yahweh ship, beam me up. It was a beautiful dream. Maybe I'll do a lesson on that later, perhaps tomorrow. But what's it called? I lost my train of thought. Yeah, with that great prophecy comes a transformation in the twinkling of an eye, right? So you'll be changed into that spiritual body, midair. But digressing back, the king's mind, or the person's mind, really, is in the hand of the Lord, right? And this also reminds me of Hebrews 10:31, how, what's it called? It's people think to fall into the hand of the living power, which when you look to that word hand, it means shaping the destinies of man. Right, the Lord could will whatever He wants, man. Isaiah 55:11, also Sirach the 33rd chapter. I'm gonna pull that one actually up, but it reads, "As the rivers of water, He turneth it whithersoever He will." Because you do your studying of anatomy, and you find out the brain is mostly composed of water and fatty tissue, right? Water. This whole most of the body is compiled of water. Most of it's water, and that's why we need water to survive. Right? As a matter of fact, if I'm mistaken, we actually came from the waters. Going back to the Genesis 1 breakdown, correct me if I'm wrong on that. But I just want to pull this piece of that going to how the Lord's in control of all things. So yeah, even the goddamn victory, man. Hell, man, even video games. I can be playing Call of Duty, Fortnite. Freaking Valorant, you name it, Roblox. I don't know. I can be getting the victories, man. They be getting dubs. That's also the Lord, man. That's also a victory in itself, man. How crazy is that? Right, I'm gonna pull it out of the book of Sirach, the 3rd chapter. Hell, man, I got I got 2 wins in a row a couple days ago on Fortnite. How the Lord be delivering, these other players to my hand. That's your paw. But this is the book of First Maccabees, the 3rd chapter. I'm gonna read it at verse 18. Unto whom Judas answered, "It is no hard man," and that's not referring to Iscariot. All right. So little coughing fit, but that is not referring to Iscariot, man. All right, 2 different time periods, man. This is during the 400 years of silence, or as these so-called scholars call it, the intertestamental period. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's how they pronounce it. But yeah, 2 different time periods. This is during the Greek occupation. Or the Greek period, if you will. It was, the Greek Empire, but, it was really a multitude of different, empires, split up by way of Alexander's 4 generals. So you had the Seleucid Empire, you had the Ptolemaic Empire, and the other two. So those are, multiple Greek empires at that time period. But we just commonly refer to the Greek Empire. The same people, same Edomites. But this is referring to that time period, and what's it called? Judas Iscariot from the New Testament. That was during the Roman occupation, the Roman Empire, Roman period. Or not Roman period in general, because Roman period was still going on. The Republic, during the Greek period, right? And not to mention the kingdom stage. So it was Rome went through a kingdom stage. I believe there was about 7 kings that ruled until when there was a bad king. I forget his name. He was in the so-called Etruscan, but the people basically overthrew him because he was a terrible king. And the scriptures go into how when the wicked are authority, the people mourn, man. Esau's an unwise king, man. Or no, even the heathen in general are unwise kings, man. The heathen in general are unwise kings. First and foremost, Esau, man. But what's it called? Unto whom Judas answered, it is no hard. So he had digressing back. Unto whom Judas answered, it is no hard matter for many to be shut up in the hands of a few. Yeah, an example would be, Judges the 7th chapter, how the Lord made that division from about, 30,000 men or so to about 300 men left. Hell, man, that must have been exhilarating as much as it must have been, nerve-wracking for those 300 men to be left alone, compared to their, other, 30,000, 29,000 something, men that left. Hey, but you have high faith as well, man. It is no hard matter for many to be shut up in the hands of a few, and with the power of heaven. All right, because that word God translates to the Hebrew word Elohim, which means the powers. So Elohim, Allah means God, obviously, but also means power. The power of heaven. And with the power or the God of heaven, it is all one to deliver with a great multitude or a small company, right? For the victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of an host. For the victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of an host, but strength cometh from heaven. Yeah, hence why even what's it called, when you go out to teach, and I'm telling myself this first and foremost, what's it called, that's also likened to the battlefield, man. And you got, what's it called, and you have that high belief, that high faith the Lord will deliver you, man. Hey, because what we teach is treason against America, right? This is literally risking your freedom and your neck to do so. You got all these spies out here trying to, what's it called, instigate and whatnot, try and bring about something bad to the federal government. Now, eventually, we know persecution is going to come down hard. But what's it called? You have all these, precursors, these various agents and whatnot, implants, a lot of wicked men, a lot of wicked spirits that may pass by you, and they start cussing and threatening. What's it called? Going back to Jeremiah, the 1st chapter, it goes into how we're a defense city. Metaphorical, because the Lord will preserve us. He put that protection, that defense run about us, that spiritual defense run about us. But digressing back, but strength coming from heaven. So yeah, what's it called? Even in war, man, you're not to fear it because the Lord will fight for you, man. How great is that? There's a precept I read earlier. 1 Samuel 17:47, and all this assembly shall know that the Lord saveth not with sword and spear, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give you into our hands. Yeah, so it don't matter if you have the finest freaking, weapon. Well, you got a freaking humongous axe. Well, you got a freaking double-edged sword. Yeah, well, hell, man, the Lord could deliver you with the goddamn stick, a goddamn twig. Hell, man, that's how the Lord get down. I forget. I believe it was Mark Twain. the quote or the statement, reality is often stranger than fiction, correct me if I'm wrong, and also really paraphrasing because I'm not sure if I said that verbatim. But yeah, you could have a Jake with the guns. That ain't gonna deliver you, fool. Fool as in fool, because you guys are fools. You guys are folly. You guys are sottish, being stupid. You guys are unwise, unlearned. And my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Y'all be too carnal, man. But we're supposed to rely on the spiritual, man. Calm and collected. It goes far enough to the point where just believing in the Lord. Hey, eventually, Lord, will you one of those men? You get that power, spiritual power, not no carnal power. Hey, Esau got his what's it called? Super soldier implants. The only way to have like super strength or whatever. Now we'll have true strength, true super raw strength. On some Luke Cage type shit, right? Oh, here's another one. 2 Chronicles, the 20th chapter, verse 15. And he said, Hearken ye, all Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, and thou King Jehoshaphat. Thus saith the Lord unto you, be not afraid, nor dismayed, by reason of this great multitude, for the battle is not yours, but Yahweh man, which size, man? Hell yeah. Right? Oh, another one. Deuteronomy, the 20th chapter, verse 4. For the Lord your power is he that goeth with you, to fight for you against your enemies, to save you. And also touching back to, I believe it was Romans, the 8th chapter. If the Lord be for us, who shall be against us, right? Who shall be against us? If the Lord is for us and he's in control of all things, literally tell me who's going to be against you. And obviously, we have Esau, but what's it called? The Lord will protect us, man. All right, the Lord will protect us. Though we do know there's going to be martyrs. I'm going to end it off in the book of Sirach, the 33rd chapter. Verse 13. Yeah, this is a good one. As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him to render to them as liketh him best. And I'm gonna put the same verse in the Good News Bible or Good News Translation. The same thing, just different titles, if you will. Sharper with me, Sir. 3313 GNB. And it doth read, just as clay is in the potter's hand from the shape as he pleases, so we are in the hands of our Creator for him to do with as he wishes. Right? If he wishes the heathen to, be defeated at his people's hands, the Lord's going to do that because this is a wish. Right? The Lord sends that go ahead, that command, that green light, and it happens. Right? But I just want to do a quick lesson on that, going into how the victory cometh from the Lord. Really call Allah my Yahweh for that. That would be because even we have the victory written, man. Esau will fall and die, and we will rise and live for all what? Eternity. Because going back to 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, it goes into how, we shall, overcome death. And then, the saying shall come to pass, oh, death, worst I seen, to roughly paraphrase. Because death will be no more. It will be a thing of the past, and, beneath us and a nuisance to us. We're not really a nuisance because we're going to be estranged to it very soon, but I just want to do a quick lesson on that. And Lord will let us find to the next one. I do say shalom.